Hey, Nadia in Greensboro, Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut prescription transition lenses for your RayBan 9052S. The color is 152 in the 47 eye size. Let me take everything out of the original packaging that RayBan sends it to me. Of course, this is the Petite Wayfarer. I wore the adult Wayfarer for the last 5 years. This is the Petite Wayfarer. This is the same frame that my wife wears, and of course comes with a plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together during shipping. And I will slide that off now. Of course, you can get all the manufacturer's original packaging when I ship it to you. These are sunglasses, but I'm going to cut clear lenses to go in there. Of course, yours are going to turn into sunglasses when you go outside. But I'm going to pop out the original demo lenses, one of which it says RayBan. So I'm going to pop those out real quick. And I'm going to put your frame into the tracing element of my edger and hit trace. Now everyone wants to know, how does the computer know what shape lens to cut? This is why that little stylus pops up and goes around and traces the shape of the right lens before moving over and doing the same thing for the left lens. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy a genuine, authentic RayBan frame and you will receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. If you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether these are prescription or not. And of course, yours are prescription, and you're paying the $50 upgrade to get the Transitions gray lenses. Now that is the shape of your lens. Your pupillary distance is 56 divided by 2 is 28 for each eye. My computer starts at 31, so I'm going to back down till we get to 28. And I'm going to go ahead and take your lenses down here and put them in my Marco 101 lensometer to find, of course I got to take them out of the protective sleeves first. I'm going to open up the first one, take that out, put it on minus 150, put it into my lensometer, find the optical center, and put a dot on each lens, which may be too light for you to see, so I'm going to darken that, and I'm going to label this the right lens. Let's do the same thing now for the left lens. I'm going to take it out of its protective sleeve and put it in the lensometer, find the optical center, and put the dots on the lenses. And I'm going to label this one L for not right, which also stands for left. Come on, I can't even pick the lens up. So let's go back down here, put your lens on the platform. Now, this is a block. I like to call it Jenny from the Block. I need to, little J-Lo reference there for the mom, but Yelissa, I believe it is. But I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting, so I need to get a double-sided adhesive sticker, of which I've got a couple up here. Let me pull them down. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to stick that onto one of the blocks. And let's do the same thing now for the second one. Now this little silver button on the back is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice. In just a moment, that magnet, let me just pull the paper off to make the black side sticky again. Now the magnet is going to correspond with this one. And the reason why I put those dots on your lenses and your pupillary distance, you have essentially like crosshairs of a scope. I measure vertically and horizontally, so we get your optical center dead center in front of your eyes. That little blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. If you were to measure vertically and horizontally, that blue cross would be right there in the middle. Now your eyes are just inset from there, so I'm going to put that dot right there in the center, hit that button, and the block is going to be applied to your right lens. Let's do the same thing now for the left lens. Put that there, pull the paper away to make this side sticky. The little silver button is going to go on there, and the right, we programmed that for 28 for the right, it mirrors that for the left. We're at 28. Get the optical center lined up just perfectly, hit that button, and now the block is being applied to your left lens. Now this is the edger. This costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out and buy one and put it on your kitchen counter, and you won't need me anymore. You can cut your own lenses at home. The actual cutting wheel is on the far right hand side. That's going to grind away your lens material like sandpaper until it's the final size. This wheel in the center, that little channel, that valley that the stylus is in, that's what's going to put the bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. Now the magnet's going to do its job a second time. It's going to go and hold it into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know the machine well enough to call it chuck. But I'm going to hit the button to wake it up. Now these are polycarbonate lenses, so I'm going to use the Insignia PC. I do not want to polish the lens. I'm not going to put a bevel on the front surface of the lens. I'm only going to put one on the rear surface. And then I'm going to hit the green arrow, which is start in every language. A door closes, the clamp shuts. And then two white styluses are going to trace the lens to make sure the lens is large enough to go around, and it is. And it's also going to measure the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so your lens fits best in the frame for the best cosmetic fit possible. I could move the bevel forwards or backwards to make it fit better, but your lenses are not that thick to begin with, so you're not going to have any edge thickness whatsoever anyway. Now if you see that light flickering in the back, that is water that is running. Polycarbonate cuts dry, where plastic and high-index plastic cut wet. In just a moment you will see your lens touch down on the cutting wheel, and it has already begun cutting. Now your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. These are by Essilor brand lenses. They are the aspheric airwear. Essilor, which is the premier industry's best lens company, they call their polycarbonate lenses airwear because they're light as air. These are the Transition 7, the Roman numerals for 7, gray. The GY stands for gray. So polycarbonate lenses, which you're getting, are 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They are virtually unbreakable. Your lenses are bulletproof up to 22 caliber and have both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes, unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that need to be reapplied every couple hours when you go outside to play. This is permanent and will never need to be reapplied. If you notice, your lens up till now had been flat, just like a nickel. I could take it out and it would stand up on the counter by itself. It's now getting the V-shaped bevel placed on there. The knife-like bevel, a very dull knife, but a knife-like bevel nonetheless. So it stays inside the frame. Now the other nice thing about your lenses, the AS stands for aspheric. Aspheric simply means not spherical. Something that is spherical is completely round in every direction, like a basketball. That gives you that ugly cosmetic fishbowl appearance. You do not get that from me. You're going to get aspheric simply means much flatter. So your lenses are thinner and lighter weight, but this front curvature of the lens is much flatter to fit today's flatter front frames. Now when you buy glasses from people online, they charge you for plastic lenses, and if you want to upgrade to the thinner, lighter weight, unbreakable lenses, they charge you an upgrade fee for that. And then if you want the aspheric, the flattest lenses of them all, they charge you a third upgrade fee for that. So this is someone else's top tier premium lens that you get for free simply for buying the frame. Now you did upgrade to, let me grab a paper towel here. You did upgrade to the transition lenses, which cost $50 more. Now this frame sells for $90 with the transitions added for $50. You've got $140 in it for right now. I tuck the lens in at the outside corner first, and then I push down the nose. It snaps right in. Let's go ahead and do the same thing for the left lens. I'm going to put it into the chuck, flip that over to L, hit start. The door is going to close, the clamp is going to shut, and then the lens is going to be traced by the two white styluses. Again, to make sure the lens is large enough to fit into the frame. It's going to go all the way around. And of course, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness. And again, of course, you have none in this frame. You have no edge thickness whatsoever. That's the nice thing about plastic frames. If this were a stronger prescription, plastic does a much better job of hiding edge thickness than a metal frame does. So now this is just about to touch down. Okay. So this block is no longer needed. I'm going to go ahead and remove this. Pop that off. Pull the little sticker off. I'm going to leave that red dot on there. That's your optical center. And I'm going to come down here. Whoa, I dropped the flashlight. Let me get my flashlight. We're going to need that. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to put that red dot over there. Read the prescription. And I'm getting minus 150, which is exactly halfway between 1 and 2. Nadia, the unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. It starts at 0 and goes in quarter increments from there, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, 1 1/4, 150. So you need 6 steps of minification, not magnification. Minification is the opposite of magnification. That's why there's a minus sign. Without your glasses on, everything is actually much too large. You are nearsighted. You see up close great, but you need something to help you see farther away. So you need 6 steps of minification to correct your farsightedness. I'm sorry, nearsightedness. Now, you have no astigmatism correction. You only need lenses to change the size of things. Without your glasses on, everything is much larger in life than it really appears. So this will actually shrink things down to the size that it should be. Now in just a moment, hopefully, let me grab my flashlight again. Just a moment. There we go. Water's going to kick in. It does that for the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle, just to wash away any optical debris that may be left over from the cutting cycle. And we missed it the first time around, but this arm is going to move into place. At the end of that arm is a little metal wheel, something you'd find on the end of the Dremel tool, and that's what's applying what's known as the safety bevel to the to the concave rear surface of the lens, just to smooth everything out. Now in just a moment, the door is going to open. I'm going to open it with my mind. You ready? Open the door. I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with it. I can melt ice with my mind. It just takes a little while, but I can do it. Alright, so I'm going to use my thumbnail to scrape away all the rest of this. And let's see here. Here's your frame. Here is your frame. I found it. I've turned the frame around. I'm going to tuck the lens in at the outside corner using my thumbs. I push down at the nose. That snaps in. I'm going to pull the block off now. It is no longer needed. Okay, pull the sticker off, and let's go back down here, and I'm going to measure the power of the left lens. And what do you know, we're getting the same minus 150 because you were the same in both eyes. Now your pupillary distance is 56, so I'm going to flip the card over. I'm going to turn everything around. I'm going to place the 0 of my PD stick against my thumb on your right lens, and when we look on the left lens, we're getting 56 millimeters, so that is made perfectly. And of course, this is the time in every video, as I'm cleaning your lenses, that I remind you that when you get these in the mail, and of course free shipping anywhere in the United States, but when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that these could sit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one lens side of the frame is going to sit higher than the other. That is because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other, and I'm no different, and I'll show you in just a moment. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. And when I say wobble, I press down on mine and they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. I'm going to flip them over, press down. There is no wobble. I close each temple to make sure they overlap evenly and uniformly, and they do, and they're not askew like that they line up perfectly. Now this is what they look like while they're still clear. I'm going to go ahead and expose your transition lenses to a strong burst of ultraviolet light in my little transitions box back here. Now as you will see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for all transition lenses to darken. It takes a little bit longer when you come back inside. 45 seconds to a minute 15 to return back to virtually clear. Now Nadia, this is important, pay attention. They will not get dark in a car. Your windshield absorbs all the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays that would cause the dashboard to crack or the upholstery to rot from sitting in the sun all day. That's why they won't turn dark in a car. Now, if you're in a convertible or a motorcycle, yes, they will darken, just not in a car. As soon as you get out of the car, they will start to darken. Now, all transition lenses will get dark on day 1. Give them 2 weeks of exposure to the sun, and they're going to continue to darken every day for the first 2 weeks until they get to their final setting. After that, they will work for years at maximum performance. It's like a new employee on the job. You just got to train them for 2 weeks to get them right. Now they're also temperature sensitive, meaning when it's 85 and 90 degrees and below, they will get darker than when it's in triple digits. When it's over 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, they're miserable. No one likes to work 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. So that's it. If anyone has any questions about what I can or can't do, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. Nadia in Greensboro, I hope you enjoyed watching as I cut prescription lenses for your RayBan Junior new Wayfarer, the 9052S, color 152, which is the classic tortoise in a 47 eye size. And everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.